Hello, and welcome to my speech on animal activism. Now, you're probably wondering, what exactly is activism? Well, the definition for activism is the policy or action of using vigorous campaigning to bring about political or social change. In other words, if someone feels very, very passionate about a movement, they will participate in rallies, protests, speeches, in an attempt to change people's views on a subject or bring up social injustice. Example would be the Me Too movement. 2 years ago, the hashtag Me Too was very big, and it helped a bunch of women come out about their domestic abuse or sexual abuse, just bringing their stories forward. An activist would be a member of said movement, campaigning for some sort of social change. Activism has been used in many different situations. Like the previous sexual harassment, there's women's rights, bullying, racial equality, and what we're going to be talking about now, animal activism. Animals' rights is something I've been passionate about since I was a child. I was raised to treat all animals with the same respect that you would treat a human. So, animal activism is something that really intrigued me, especially for this speech. Now, my views would only state that I have the moral mindset of a animals' rights supporter. I wouldn't be an activist until I took measures to make a dramatic change. A dramatic change like opening a rescue center or creating speeches that you would later have the masses read or listen to, technically. Donating to an organization or your local shelter, like I said, attending rallies and speeches, helping animals. Like if you see an animal and it's hurt, help it. Saving, rehabilitating, and freeing animals. You can also be an online activist. These activists write articles, they do research about current events, and write articles about it so that people may educate themselves. A man named Joe LaRoya posted articles about the mistreatment of animals in factory farming and how the factory farming not only hurts the animals that are in the factory, but how the disposal of toxic fertilizer had destroyed, or not just the fertilizer, but helped in the destruction of almost 8,000 square miles of the Gulf of Mexico, creating the largest dead zone in U.S. history. Links to both of those articles will be in the description of this video. Now, how can you get involved if it's something that intrigues you? How can you help? Donate to your local animal shelter. Adopt at your local animal shelter. Nonprofit organizations, you can donate to those. Volunteer your time. You can volunteer your time to your local animal shelter. You can home animals. Not specifically adoption, but for the animals that absolutely have to. Fosters. You can foster animals until they get adopted. And just being a generally kind human being. If you're walking across the street and you're a little too slow, would you want the guy in the car to just run you over, or would you like him to stop? If you see an animal in the middle of the road, stop. General human kindness. This is also activism. This is creating change. It may not be dramatic change, but it's still change. To be an activist, we know now that you have to want to bring about political or social change. So you want to change people's minds about a certain topic, in this case, animal activism. You want to change their minds on how they feel about animals' rights. That's animal activism there. The things that you can do is do research. Go online and look at current events. Make sure that your sources are good. And you could write articles based off the information that you looked up, or you can go to rallies, or just the little things that I mentioned earlier to just change in your day-to-day life.